Good morning. It is 5:39 in the morning. I have been up since 1:30. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I woke up and I was like, oh, my husband's alarm is probably gonna go off in a few minutes. It'll be fine. I look at my clock. It is 1:30 in the morning and I have not been able to fall asleep since. I'm like beyond tired. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start my birthday cake. My birthday is soon and I always make myself a cake. I really like Dairy Queen's ice cream cakes, but I can't eat dairy anymore. So I'm gonna make myself my own ice cream cake this year. And I'm going to make the ingredients and do it now and like prep the cake and stuff and then let everything set. And then I will decorate it this afternoon live. Maybe hopefully get a nap in there some between, I don't know. Let's So yeah, I'm gonna start with chocolate cake first. This is a recipe I've had for a really long time. For a while, I only ate plant-based, and so this is a plant-based recipe, which is kind of cool, but I will show you guys all the ingredients. I will also leave the recipe down in the description box below. So what you're gonna need is one cup of milk, which I'm just using some almond milk. Honestly, oat milk works a little bit better because it's creamier, but do you. Then I'm going to need a quarter cup of maple syrup, quarter cup of plain oil. I'm just using a vegetable blend. About a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And this is enough to make one layer. And then about a half a teaspoon of vanilla. I always add more than I say in my recipe. I also need, oh gosh. I was spraying my pan down earlier. So I did prep my pan, by the way, I just put a piece of parchment in the bottom and sprayed this. Oh, set the oven. The oven should be set to 350. This seems weird. I just dump it all in one bowl, and mix it up. You know, it's not the technically correct way. About a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. It's not the correct way to do it, but you know what? I don't want to mess up multiple bowls. I'm already tired this morning. I just don't care. And the dogs are playing in the background. Sorry. The next ingredient is a third of a cup of just plain sugar. I use unrefined cane sugar, so that's why it's not pure white. You can use granulated, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then the other thing I add before I do like the flour and leavening agents is I add in the cocoa powder and stir this really good to try to get the cocoa powder lumps out. My full recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of cocoa, but I'm just gonna do a heaping third, which is probably close to half of a 3/4 of a cup. I'm making a mess. My secret ingredient to make this chocolater is instant coffee. Now with instant coffee, the thing is you can't taste it in the cake. It just makes it seem more chocolatier. Ooh, that's a half a tablespoon. Let's not do a half tablespoon. Let's do a half teaspoon of coffee granules. And cocoa powder does not want to mix with this, so you gotta be persistent. Go until it's not dry. Ma'am! She's trying to eat some Ritz crackers. No. So I need a cup of flour. I actually have some extra cake flour. So I'm just gonna use cake flour today. If you wanna use all-purpose flour, that would work great too. That's normally what I use. I just have extra cake flour, so I'm just gonna use that today. A teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda. And then I just lightly mix that up together on the top and then I mix it in. Sorry. It's gonna be liquidy. This is a liquidy batter. Oh, this smells so freaking good. Just pour it in. I've used this recipe a lot and I don't think I really ever had issues, so some just tend to taste, some tend to be really trying to just scrape all the chocolate goodness out. Now I'm just gonna stick this in my oven for about 20-ish minutes. My recipe says 25 to 50. Don't do it for 50. You'll have a burnt cake puck. I usually do 25 to 30 minutes. However, I'm going to check at 20. My oven tends to run hotter than any other oven I've ever used, so I'm going to try it at 20 minutes and check it. You just need to get a toothpick to come out clean. Diddy, dance. Dance, 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 dance. Okay, so that's in the oven. I need to make the crunchies for the middle, which they just said to use, a lot of people said to use Oreos and butter and just crisp them up in the oven. So we're gonna do that. But first, I need to see if I need to make my own vegan fudge sauce, because all of the pre-made fudge sauces I could find at my local grocery stores had dairy in them. But there's this Ghirardelli chocolate sauce that doesn't say that it has milk in it. It says it just may contain milk. So it's perfect for me, but I'm a little nervous that this is gonna be like water. So if it is water, it's gonna be a problem. Oh my God. I don't know why I was even worried. Do you see this? Look how thick that looks. That is thick, boy. Perfect. I'm so excited. Yes! Because the only vegan fudge recipes I could find had coconut in them. And I am not a big flavor fan. I'm not a big fan of the flavor coconut. Does that make any sense? I am not a fan of the flavor coconut, of coconut flavor. I don't know. I'm tired. Okay, but this is gonna work great. I think this will work really, really well. So now we just have to deal with the Oreo situation. Now, I'm not making like a huge cake. Oh, I also need to make the ice cream and put it in the freezer. Make the ice cream, shape it into my thing. Let's make the Oreo mixture before my brain just... I am using this one from Life, Love, and Sugar. I'll leave the link in the description below. But she uses 3/4 of a cup of crushed Oreos, 1.5 tablespoons of butter melted. My favorite is this Country Crock olive oil spread. Not sponsored or anything like that. This stuff just works super great. I love it. Oh, this chocolate cake is already smelling. 9-ish Oreos, or 100 grams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm just gonna crush these up by hand. Like, do I want to crush them up by hand? Yeah. Ooh. We gotta wait for the sun. Guys, just use a freaking Ziploc bag and a rolling pin. This is ridiculous. Now that my hands are disgusting, I guess I might as well just get them even more disgusting. So we're just going to spread it. Okay, so, oh, my brain starts circuiting. Oh, ice cream. Nothing in this video is sponsored or anything. I don't know. I just took this out of the freezer, but I know it's gonna be soft enough. This is the most amazing brand of vegan ice cream I've ever had. Breyers does not charge extra for it. It's the same cost as their other stuff. It is so creamy and so soft and so sweet. Even though it's only in one flavor, vanilla, this is the best stuff freaking ever. I've got very little time, so let's get a move on. Get some even layer, like an even layer going. So, like, it's pliable. Does that look like a thick enough layer of ice cream? Oh, shiznats. Oh. Let me check the ice. Let me go check this bad boy. Cool all the way. And I'm gonna stick it in the fridge. So I'm gonna let it cool for 5 minutes, flip it out, and then stick it in the fridge to cool it, to get it real nice and cold for when we assemble it later. Ugh. Okay. You're supposed to cover it a little bit, I think. What I might do is actually flip it upside down, so like the part where it's all like this actually stays. But see, now you can like really see the size of it. Like, I can really, you know, pat it down. Ooh, it's really freaking cold. Okay, my dear friends, we are at least at 6:15 in the morning, and the Oreos are baking. And the cake is cooling. I should probably put it on a tray to cool, like out of its tin. And then I will stick it in the fridge once it's cooled off a little bit more. Losing my train of thought. If you are interested in watching how this all pans out, I'm going to decorate the cake live. There's a, I think it's called True Whip, maybe. I think it's called True Whip. There's a vegan Cool Whip out there because I just can't find like dairy-free whipping cream, but I couldn't find it at the store I was at yesterday. So I don't know if I'm gonna like venture out and try to get some at a different place or if I'm just gonna like make a frosting. I don't really know yet. If you're interested, losing track. If you're interested in seeing how this finishes out, I'm going to decorate this live later today. So if you want to join me, I would love to see you. But until next time, I hope you take care. Bye. Pirate action. Arr, matey.